Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. We're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. We are on Sea of Fortune in a domination match, and we are in the American legendary tier battleship Vermont. And there's an enemy Vermont on the other team. Boy, I gotta tell you, word of advice, don't show full broadside to a Vermont, folks. All right. The Maximum battleships, also known as the Tillman battleships, were a series of World War I era design studies for extremely large battleships prepared in late 1916 and early 1917 upon the order of Senator Pitchfork Benjamin Tillman by the Bureau of Construction and Repair of the United States Navy. The plans were preserved in its first of its Spring Styles book. Sounds like a fashion catalog for battleships, where it kept various warships designs conceptualized between 1911 and 1925. This Maximum battleship refers to the design that could still fit through the Panama Canal, but otherwise, this is essentially America's answer to a Yamato-class ship. All right, Benjamin Tillman. Well, they call him a white supremacist. Defended lynching. He was a Democrat, helped found Clemson University, and his nickname Pitchfork Ben comes from his aggressive language. Anyway. Obviously, this ship was never built. It is modernized in the essence that it has modern AA, not the AA from 1916 when Pitchfork Tillman was probably not aware that there was the Wright brothers or whatever. Biplanes, triplanes, Manfred von Richthofen, all that good stuff. Sopwith camels, Snoopy flying around in a doghouse. Anyway, I shot some HE out there and set a fire. Frederick de Gross here is just going to be a little bit... I didn't lead him enough, or I hit the island, did some landscaping. Anyway, he gets evapped by the Shima, so I'm not afraid to tell the Shima driver GG, or good play, for that. All right, really quickly going to WoW's builds, which I've... on again, off again relationship with. The damage record unverified, 318,299. I definitely see how that is possible, set by Dr. Italu. And I'm unable to see what server that was on. And the base XP record, 4363 by MD Trimbler. I don't know if that means he's a doctor, or perhaps Trimble is a reference to something else. All right, Montana out there. We're going to get free of the island before we start shooting. Montana's starting to turn in. I don't like that angle. Well, it's better than the angle of the Colombo. So we're going to shoot for superstructure. We do a little bit more landscaping, but we do get a piddly little hit for 3K damage. And, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. We're going to have to take it. And we're just continuing to move out, checking our targets. And the Colombo goes into his smoke screen. Let me see if I can find another tidbit here about this ship. Blah, blah, blah. There were actually 4 designs. The 4th design had 3 different variants. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't know. Part of the design looks like it's frowned upon for the way the casemates were designed. Anyway, like I said, this is not the actual Tillman design. This is a modification or a modernization of it to fit into the alleged 1945 time frame that Ouija slapped on it. So The concerns about the Tillman design have been rectified by Wargaming's Imagination Department, and that's what you are seeing here on the water. All right, more shots at Colombo. Can we get behind the island before his rounds hit us? Of course, the answer is no, because this thing is slower than dirt. We started healing and we'll largely mitigate that. Looks like a bunch of ships on the other side of the map, and we're gonna have to deal with them too. We got 40k damage. We got a new Kami Fist badge, and we are running away from Hayate. And I'm not going to be able to get any good shots at Colombo, so I'm going to turn my attention away. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see if I can go over to WoW's and give you some shell stats for the ship. All right. Max dispersion, 305 meters. The HE shell weight, 1,230. The AP shell weight, 1,746 kilos. Super heavy shell. HE shell velocity, 800 meters per second. AP shell velocity, 732 meters per second. I do not know if that is replicated here in the game. I will tell you, these shells feel very powerful. Like I said, you don't want to show full broadside. That being said, they're not Yamato guns, so don't think you can pen everything from any angle. All right, we've got a nice entree up here, a nice appetizer, a Yoshino. I'm going to lead the Yoshino a little bit. He has a little bit of an angle. I'm looking for impact mid to rear. Really nice impact, Citadel hit. We left just a little bit of health on another assisted red fist in the air for the Vermont. And we added 40k with that one full salvo alone. So definitely a full value salvo if you can safely get it off. All right, Vermont, enemy Vermont coming around the corner. I'm going to lead him just a teeny bit past the bow. We managed to angle and avoid his entire salvo. He managed to turn in and mitigate most of that damage. The Yamato's not aimed at me yet. His angle is rather poor, so I avoided shooting at him. We're pretty much concerned with the enemy Vermont at this point. There's a Buffalo out there. I'm going to wing some shots out here at the Buffalo, and I probably shouldn't have done this, but I was just hoping he would sail into them, and I'd have a nice dev strike to my name. The blue team, meanwhile, is crushing the red team. We have a significant point advantage, and we're much better looking. Sorry, I had to take the sound off for a allergy sneeze. Since moving to Georgia, I'm not accustomed to the allergens in the air here, so I play allergy medicine roulette every morning, trying to guess which one might work. All right, front turrets at the Vermont. Good but not great hit. A bunch of what look like maybe overpens there. Rear turrets, little bit better angle, more pens, and a couple of ricochets, it looks like. We're well over 100,000 damage. Checking Yamato, not interested. The Vermont driver seems really concerned and wants me to have a good video, so he's giving us broadside. Don't do that, sir. All right, well, maybe you can do it if that's the salvo I'm going to get. Guns are inconsistent. What can I say? I would have thought that would have been Citadel hits. I found that the Citadel in this ship, you aim for the just in front of the rear turrets. You'll see it right here. That's the proper impact zone. There is our first Citadel against the enemy Vermont. Well, now that I know where to aim, second salvo, that's all she wrote. Another Citadel hit, 4 pens, full value, kill number 1. All right, coming in on Yamato. He has got a huge advantage in health. He's got an advantage in firepower. He's got an advantage that he just destroyed my super firing turret. But he ate a bunch of torpedoes. Rear turrets coming around, reload fire. Citadel hit kill number 2. Thus endeth the match. All right, here on the victory screen, my favorite screen, 165,680 total damage. Definitely capable of much more than that with the right teams. 73 main battery hits, 2 assisted kills, 2 kills, 4 hits to Citadel. We ended up with 279,156 silver, 3,400 ship XP, 3,700 commander XP in the Vermont. Here we are at the top of the board. No high caliber medal in this match. 2235 base XP, 2 big kills leading the way for our team. Good destroyer play from those Smoland and the Shima. So what a relief. I don't have to do all the heavy lifting myself. All right, after a brief message from Wargaming here in the port, taking a look at the upgrades. AA Guns Mod 2, strongly recommended. Damage Control System Mod 2. Concealment System Mod 1, this is an enormous ship, I recommend that. And of course, the Artillery Plotting Room Mod 2. And yes, it is a good upgrade to spend the steel to get the upgrade. That being said, as more political spam messages come in, I wouldn't do that because I'm saving for a steel ship in the Bureau. All right, 3 look like a medium heal or a greater heal, 3 DFAA, and your choice of enhanced secondary targeting, the observation seaplane or the fighter, which I would never choose at this point. So I went with the seaplane, and that's what I think you should do. Epic Battle Booster for main battery range and movement speed, standard permanent camouflage, and the Victory in Europe flag. VE Day, which probably nobody remembers anymore. All right, 106,400 hit points. I don't really know if I've said that many hit points before for a ship. 40% torpedo damage reduction. We got those 4 triple 457 millimeter turrets, 20.6 kilometer firing range with our build, 32.1 second reload, 33 1/3 second turn time, HE shells 6,100 max damage, 43% fire chance, AP shells 15,000 max damage. 8 twin 127 secondaries, firing range of 5 kilometers, reload every 6 seconds. HE shells 1,800 max damage with a 5% fire chance. Nothing very unusual in terms of those secondaries. All right, AA defense, 40 millimeter Bofors guns, 334 damage per second. They are the king. You also have dual purpose secondaries that shoot out to 6 kilometers. Maneuverability, well, this is a dreadnought design, 25.2 knots in the water, 850 meter turning circle, 20.1 second rudder shift time. Incredible. All right. Well, concealment, 13.8 on the surface, 11.5 from the air, 15.7 when firing from smoke. Taking a look at the stats, we have played 11 matches in Vermont. We have won 9 of them. We've survived 6 of them. Main battery accuracy is noted, just 34%. In the Vermont, we're getting 0.8 kills and 85k damage a match. Our best match was the match you just saw on this screen. Thank you for watching. All right, enough about that nonsense. Let's go into the armor viewer. Hello? All right, here we are. Lots of purple. You like that? All right, just above the waterline Citadel and a little bit of a heavier plate in the front there. Put this bow back on, pretty standard, 32 millimeter bow, no armor belts. Torpedo protection goes way up the side of the ship, as you can see. We're going to take that back off to show you turrets and barbettes. We did get a turret destroyed. The turrets themselves have a terrible armor profile, but the faces of the turrets are sloped and heavily armored. So aim your turrets at whoever's shooting at you, and hopefully you can prevent getting that turret knocked out. All right, armor belt, very small, but it is 406 millimeters. We'll put the torpedo plating back over that, and this appears to act as some sort of spaced armor in theory. So keep that in mind. All right, superstructure armor. And that purple is the conning tower where all the muckety-mucks stand, and that other stuff just catches on fire. That is the armor profile of the Vermont. Overview, big guns, yes. Guns aplenty, Slow, yes. I don't know. I'd either say it does a lot of AP damage, maybe, instead of that guns aplenty nonsense. All right, here's our commander, Billy Sims, fully maxed out for your pleasure. I was just saying I had to move him there from the other ones because I don't like to have the same commander in every one. Anyway, Flammable Cannoneer, Crisscross, Marksmanship, Reaching Out XXL, and Fight Fire with Fire. And we got Paolo Di Ravel and Charles Madden as our inspirations to help the reload and a little bit on that turret traverse, plus an HP boost from Sims base trait. Anyway, love to hear what you think about Vermont. Like, comment, subscribe down below. I'll see you next time, everybody.